Now, Cadet Deshawn, lead us in the Firefighter's prayer.
Firefighter's prayer. When I am on duty, God, wherever the flames may rage, give me strength to save a life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the Lord of that fate. Enable me to be alert, to hear the weak shout, and quickly and efficiently to move my route. I want to fulfill my calling and to give the best of me, to guard my neighbor, and to give the best. To protect his property, and if according to your will, I have to lose my life. Bless with your protecting me and my children.
Thank you. Again, welcome. Good morning. It's excellent to see such a large crowd. I understand that it's going outside of the air conditioning. I will apologize right off the bat. If my voice is going, you can only imagine why I'm losing it. If those of you having a difficult time hearing it back, just give me the thumbs up. I'm pretty comfortable. So, if you don't mind, should I go over you? Do some right there. I appreciate it. And just so everyone's aware, if you're not familiar with the facility, there are restrooms adjacent to the room we're in the hallway, as well as in the classroom. A few months ago, critical incident stress management training in Baltimore, Maryland. And the presenter discussed a conversation he had with a good friend of his. They were out on the golf course, and this individual been a center fielder for the New York Yankees for a few years. Well-known individual. We told him about a story, we call it prospect up in the minors, his first game, 90-some-odd basketball pitcher, possessed. Got on the mound, he was all over the place. Couldn't throw straight to save his life. You would think in that situation, that's when that center fielder receives the guy who wants to look. It's the worst American communication, doing great. Here for you, you're awesome, right? It's not like that. Center fielder went up to him and said, get it together, you're a New York Yankee. You're part of something a lot bigger than yourself. You throw strikes, you've got 8 guys behind you. You pick up the balls, you get these guys out. That pitcher went on to win multiple World Series, very well-known individual. I thought that was pretty fitting. After I saw this class, Roscoe Perot, become one family this week. On top of that, probably a few months into the planning phases of the Academy, Chief Dubs mentioned chain links. Those of you who are here for registration, small chain links were issued to each cadet to remind them again that they're a part of something much larger than themselves. One chain link is simply one chain. 42 chain links packed together has the ability of doing much more than one single chain. Throughout the week, they were given the opportunity to connect their chain links. Not physically, clearly that's easy, and screw the link from together. They connected their links physically, pushing one another through the PT sessions in the morning. They were ready to kill me, go home in multiple occasions. Just totally acceptable and understandable. But they fused those links together. They picked each other up. They picked each other up emotionally. Start to get homesick. Start to get frustrated. Ran into the fire service. Not very comfortable doing skills. Again, totally acceptable. A normal feeling. They fused the links together. They picked each other up mentally. They truly, of course, those who bigger Wednesday, you saw some of that. I guess Company 6 did a wonderful job in the Firefighter Combat Challenge. But as soon as we made it down to the Learning Center, sleeping quarters, we had some discussions amongst themselves, as well as the following morning at PT. They said Company 6 did it. We all won. We all came together, we all pushed one another, and we all won. Again, fusing those links together. So cadets, just one final reminder. Continue to fuse your links together. Keep your 42 links that you fused together this week together and reliable. But expand upon your chain. The longer you make it, the stronger it will be. Continue to network. Do your part. Understand that you are part of something much larger. Fire, EMS, rescue service is a massive group of individuals. But without fusing ourselves together, without working together, clearly we're not nearly successful in completing our missions. Keep that in the back of your minds, and remember that us as a staff is always here for you. That being said, I'd like to turn the floor over to a very special guest who's with us this morning. Individual that served as battalion chief, University of Cal, Berkeley. Served as a state fire marshal for Cal State Fire. 7 years, chief?
9.
9 years. Sorry. 9 years. And most importantly, recently named the superintendent of the National Fire Academy here in Pittsburgh area. Chief Hoover.
Yes, it's still morning. Good morning, everybody. My days are starting to run together. You guys we don't need to look so scared, because the scary stuff's over. Good morning again. It's great to be in front of you today. Yes, my name is Tanya Hoover, and I'm basically back home. I started my fire service career, my fire service hobby, passion, that I got to turn into this awesome career just up the road in Shippensburg. I was privileged to grow up with a family that was very committed to the community. My father served in the fire service in Shippensburg as well, in the county organization, and so that was instilled upon me at a very young age. And when you can take a hobby, which my hobby was the fire service, and it became my passion, and I turned it into this awesome opportunity, this awesome career, and it doesn't get any better than that. So I hope you all get an opportunity to do that as well. I did have an opportunity to go on to college, and then I had the chance to go to California, that big state of California, and do some pretty amazing things. But those amazing things had a foundation, and that foundation is right back here. And so for a moment, I'm going to talk to our new graduates here at the Academy. Again, the foundation started here. When I was 14 years old, when somebody actually gave me the opportunity to become a junior member and put up with all my mistakes along the way, and trust me, gang, I made quite a few. It's what you do with those mistakes after you make them. Gave me a chance to understand what it's like to be part of a bigger organization, a bigger group of individuals, a bigger family, to accept us for who we are, to push us forward, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. So I challenge you to do the same. Whether you stay in this profession, and it is a profession, whether you stay with this family or you move on to other things, remember what you learned in this week. Remember what you learned this week, because you can use those skills in whatever you choose to do. And you never know what that's going to look like down the road. You never know what that's going to look like 45 years later. So I started this journey, and it all came about. I mentioned my parents were involved, and the family was involved in volunteer fire service. But I got the bug pretty much on January 15, 1972. I'm 8 years old as I am. You guys have to raise your hands if you don't remember 1972. How many people remember 1972? So if I do this, everybody know what I'm talking about? You probably saw on TV Land. It was a TV show. So it's a repeat. On January 15, 1972, NBC Universal Studios released Emergency. Oh yeah. Roy DeSoto and Johnny Gage. I'm gonna go with Johnny Gage. Yeah. And that pretty much, I was committed to the TV on Friday nights at 8 o'clock with my family. And there we were watching the California Fire Service, LA County Fire, do medic work, which all came about from some act that was signed, let me see, it's the Wayne, can I get this right? It's my California piece, so maybe this. The Wentworth-Towson Act, which basically gave the ability to do pre-hospital care to the fire service. We all watched the California Fire Service get involved in pre-hospital care, do emergency response for medical. I wanted to be a medic. I wanted to be a firefighter medic. I thought that was awesome. Now, was I going to go to California and do it? I don't know. Because lucky I could spell California 10. But I found something that I really wanted to do. So, when I had the opportunity to become a junior firefighter, one of the things I wanted to do was become an EMT. Because that was the step, right, for me to be a medic. I'd go be an EMT. So, sure, I would do EMT. Oh my gosh. It was, you're 16 years old, you're just trying to get through high school, right, and everything comes with that, and now you're doing EMT school, right, and you're at the hospital, and you're doing your time in the hospital. I made it through, by the grace of God. I made it through with a lot of help from my friends. Again, that family, your community, the other EMTs in the department, who, I don't know, maybe they took pity on it. The hardest thing though was, and I'll share this with you here to do with your hospital time. One night I had a friend of mine with some traffic accident. Those are the hardest ones when you see your friends. He was okay. He had this great big gash above his eye. So he's there in the emergency room, and I looked at him and he goes, "Joe, tell me again." I said, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm not okay." The nurse looks at me and goes, "Well, we're going to go ahead and stitch up his eye." Okay. "So you want to help me?" "Sure." So I stood there with a little tray, and she's getting ready to stitch up his eye, and she takes out the Novocaine. If you're weak at heart, I'm sorry. She takes out the Novocaine needle, right? And she goes to his eyelid, and she's going to numb up the eyelid. And that's when I read. She looked at me and she said, "Would you like to step outside for this?" "Yes, I think I will, thank you." It's probably why I was going to be a doctor. So, that opportunity, I had a chance to spend time with the volunteer fire service here in Pennsylvania. It's a place that I dearly love and have appreciation for. But then I had a chance to go on to college. I went to Oklahoma State. Had a chance to get my degree. I'll share this with y'all. I talked about mistakes earlier. I went to Oklahoma State to be a fire protection engineer. Guess what I'm not? One, I'm not a doctor. And two, I'm not a fire protection engineer. Because the minute I had to take the second year of physics and statics and strengths and another thermodynamics, it ain't gonna happen for me. And I found out really quick that wasn't my thing. I wasn't going to be an engineer. But what did I still love? Still love my sense of community. I still love the fire service more than anything. So I needed to find another way to make that all work. And I did. So I switched majors. Wasn't. I got my degree in technical education, specializing in fire protection and safety. My associate's degree in fire protection and engineering technology. My bachelor's in technical education. But what that did for me is it gave me the opportunity to still take all my fire protection classes, because those rocked. I had a chance to take all those safety classes, industrial hygiene, bad safety, management, leadership. But I didn't have to take statics and strengths. I didn't have to take physics. And I didn't have to take thermodynamics, because I'd still be there today trying to do that. So I found a way to adapt and overcome, right? After I graduated from college, I had a chance to go to North Carolina, spend a little time in North Carolina. They weren't really going to be honest with y'all. They weren't really hiring a whole bunch of women in the fire service in North Carolina when I was trying to get in. So at the time, I was engaged, my fiance had an opportunity to move to California. And he looked at me and said, what do you think about going to California? And I said, 5 years. We're in California for 5 years and we beat feet and we're back home. We're on the East Coast. 5 years, that's all we're gonna do. Went to California, worked for quite a few fire departments, made my way, moved through some ranks, had a chance to go to UC Berkeley, spent 9 years at UC Berkeley as a deputy fire marshal, but became a fire marshal, battalion chief with fire department in the San Francisco Bay Area, where I got to do all sorts of cool, fun, exciting play stuff. ICS, prevention stuff. I was the fire marshal, got to go to all these trainings, met people from all over the country, had a great time. Then had the opportunity to go to the state and become the assistant state fire marshal. Was the assistant state fire marshal for about 18 months, and my boss looked at me and she says, well, I'm retiring. Guess what? You're going to be it. I've only been here 18 months. I can barely find my way to the office. Again, adapt and overcome, because that's what we do, right? Adapt and overcome. I had the privilege to work as the acting state fire marshal for the state of California before I was officially appointed by Governor Brown. I worked under the Schwarzenegger administration, transitioned into the Brown administration, had a chance to be appointed as the state fire marshal for the state of California and held that position for about 7 years as the state fire marshal. And then time moves on and another opportunity presents itself. The opportunity was I could stay in California, finish out my term with the current governor, or I could try this other opportunity. The other opportunity being at the National Fire Academy. I had a couple friends that co-coursed me into applying. On the last day that the application process was due, I submitted and thought, ain't no way I can fill those shoes in anything. I know Dr. O'Neill. I'm part of the Dr. O'Neill fan club. But the way things worked out, I had a chance to come home. I remember calling my mom and saying, so, how do you feel about moving back cross country? I think we're going to Maryland. And she was all thrilled about the opportunity. The point I'm trying to make to you all in that very long story is that this can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to stop here. It doesn't have to stop a year from now. It can be whatever you want it to be. And there are so many things that you can do in this profession. You want to do operations? Cool. That's great. 8% of the cost the National Fire Service responds to are EMS. And I come from a prevention background. I never want to see you fight fire again. We're here to fight fire, protect the public. You can do EMS. Want to be a medic? Want to do Roy and Johnny? You can do that too. Because now, I believe every 50 state has a medic program. You want to do fire prevention, community risk reduction? Do it. It's an awesome opportunity. You stay connected with the fire service, you stay connected with your community, and what is better than talking with your community every single day and talking to people in the fire service every single day? Doesn't get much better than that. You can do whatever you want with this. You don't have to decide now. You can decide later. Later comes really quick. To the families. Wow, you entrusted your family member for a week. I know many of you probably had vacation. They changed the locks on them later, and I'm going to keep. For the family members, it's a big step. It's a huge step. And I know they appreciate it. I know your communities appreciate it. Your support for them is just unspeakable. That's what gives them their success. Your ability to support their passion. Because who knows where that passion will lead down the road. It can be anything you want it to be. In closing, I just ask you all to ask yourself what's next. Never say never. The word yes is not a bad thing. You can control your destiny. And remember, you're a professional with an amazing opportunity ahead of you. Always be safe. Safety first. Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best. Good luck.
Thank you, Chief. It should also be noted that Chief Hoover has speaking engagements this morning prior to even coming here and also has this afternoon. So she squeezed us in just in the nick of time. But probably at the dismay of the rest of her staff. So we certainly appreciate you joining us. At this point, I'd like to turn the stage over to the cadets. Cadets, the entire class, spoke amongst themselves and chose 2 cadets that we want to come up here and learn how to provide a little different aspect of the academy. If somewhat of a speech to explain the academy and what they take out. So at this time, I'd like to call on Cadet Russo.
Good morning. My name is Colleen Grimstow. I am 17 years old and I am a member at Valley Volunteer Fire Department in Adams County. This is my 3rd year at the academy and sadly my last. My first year was in 2014. I was shy, quiet, and I never saw myself being in front of a group of people and speaking up. I didn't know much about the fire service, so climbing ladders, tying knots, search and rescue, pulling lines, and speaking in front of people was all new to me. For those of you that were here in 2014, you can probably remember graduation setup when I finally spoke up. My 2nd and 3rd years, they were easier, but they were still very challenging. Each year I learned better ways to improve my skills and to keep pushing myself even further than before. All 3 years, the importance of accountability, communication, discipline, checking your team, and teamwork came even very important. These skills do not just apply to the fire ground or the firehouse, but in everything that we do in everyday life. Throughout this past week, cadets pulled lines, worked with ladders, learned about search and rescue, tied knots, and did gear drills. Each year that I've been here, it started out by everyone working individually, when we needed to be one team. By the end of the week, we finally all became one team. We played dodgeball, we did water fights, we bowled, and we had an indoor campfire. New to this year, we did a game at New Franklin, which was due to meeting our program. We were paired up, and we had to rely solely 100% on our partner to guide us through the games. Even with all the sweat, push-ups, and times we messed up, the bond that we made with each other got us through, and we kept motivating and pushing each other to the limits. Also, we could not have done it without these dedicated instructors and staff. Lastly, I want to thank all the sponsors for helping make this academy happen. And I also want to thank the staff for their dedication and all the hard work that you guys have done for us. It's not easy putting up with 42 of us, but thank you for your patience and hard work and dedication.
Next, Cadet Sherry.
Good morning. My name name is David Sherry. I'm 16 years old. I'm a member of the Marcus Overton Fire Department in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. It's been a long, tired, hard week for not just myself, but every cadet in UC City and the staff. From constant push-ups to wearing the full gear outside in the blazing heat for hours on end doing different things, we finally reached our last day. This week-long boot camp style Firefighter has not only been a challenge for me, but a life-changing experience. When I first attended this academy in 2016, I wasn't exactly the most physically fit person. I wasn't in shape at all. This academy completely changed my life. It made me realize that being physically fit isn't only important, but imperative to the fire service. It's been taught, shown that physical fitness is, one of the most important things. If you look at our line of duty deaths during the year, many of them are cardiovascular. And if we could just eliminate one of those deaths by pushing all firefighters to get in shape, work on ourselves, improve ourselves, it would be worth it. I've been driven to get in more shape, to be more effective on the fire ground, to just be healthier in general. However, stories like mine are repeated throughout every cadet in this academy. Every cadet has a story of how this academy has changed their lives. You went and asked every cadet in this academy sitting beside you what this academy means to them. We'll be able to talk for hours about the positive effects that the academy has had in their lives. Our skills as junior firefighters and people have grown and developed so much in just 1 week that we probably could have never accomplished on our own. This academy is shaping us into the new generation of emergency services. The dedication that we have shown throughout the week only proves that we have grown into junior firefighters that we have all hoped to be. This academy is imperative to the fire service. Without it, who knows where some of us will be? Who knows what our skills? We definitely would be a family we are right now. I would just want to say thank you to all the staff, the supporters, the sponsors, who have just put forth so much effort, so much work to just improve us, but also to improve the whole fire service. Thank you. Have a great day.
Chief Howard and I would now like to present plaques to each of the cadets, one added from memory of the academy. Before I do that, he and I both have to recognize individuals you see standing here that have these white shirts. Yeah, he and I are up here to get the credit, names are in the newspapers and TV and all that. We amount to pretty much nothing without all the individuals you see on the side of the room, from the ones that are on the computer day in, day out, I think, in social media, put together the documents that need to be provided to the parents and keep track of that. Sitting in the hospital till 3:30 in the morning, right? Just to make sure we're taking care of our cadets and get them back as soon as possible, and get them back in service. The chef, Chief Yeager and his staff, making sure there's meals for these cadets, and not just any of them. The feels it's going to make sure that we've got the two of them no matter what. So please join me in recognizing all staff. I would ask that you please refrain from clapping until we recognize all the cadets on the stage within the class. And once we complete that, then we will have our round of applause. That being said, Company 1, Dale Zanelli. Christopher Jowers. Trevor Diaz. Matthew Mitt. McKenna Jumper. Matthew Burston. Company 2, Zachary Haynes. Claudia Russo. Austin Cobb. Christina Long. Colin Fisher. Mitchell Gunn. Company 3, Terry Martinez. Olivia Scotty. Brady Stripe. Jonas Cole. Brady Carl. Brandon Smith. Vanderbilt. Haley Lindsay. Colby Linhart. Connor Elliott. Try my best. It's so hard to not say first. David Heller. Mackenzie Middle. David Sherry. Colton Lecter. Travis Hill. Bradford Schumacher. Cheyenne Forsyth. Number 6. Seth Sucker. James Cooper. Angela. Dylan Fire. Corey Patrick. Tyler Elton.
27. Colleen Bristol. Stone Heights. Christian Crow. Riley Bishop. Kyle Noah. Firefighter. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017. Before we get into a few awards we'd like to present, we'd like to call Chief River back up to the stage. We have a coin we'd like to present her on behalf of the entire academy, staff, and cadets. The coin has the cadet patch on one side, Franklin Fire Chiefs Association on the opposite.
Sorry, I was tweeting the event.
Those who have been here before know that it's pretty customary that we recognize a company within the entire academy. It's excelled in one way or another, a little more than others. Oftentimes, it could simply be based on the way we assign them at the beginning of the week. But more than likely, it's how they interact with one another. The company we'd like to recognize wasn't the company that won the Firefighter Challenge, that never had malfunctions with their turnout gear, or was the company that was the go-getters, always, motivating everyone, screaming and yelling on the push-ups. That wasn't this company. This company was made up of individuals that are seasoned in the fire service as junior members, and will be riding fire trucks and going into that scenes with us as certified interior firefighters within a couple of months as they turn 18 years old. But also members, company members that were very new in the fire service, 14 years old, putting an impact on for the first time. This company, you could see, they drew on one another's strengths and weaknesses, helped each other out when necessary, and were always motivating one another. And then when they knew their company was squared away, ready to move on, they looked at the other companies and provided that very good. So with that being said, we'd like to recognize Company 4, 2017 Company Award. This next award is being presented to the most improved cadet. There's always a cadet that first night, Sunday, Monday morning going PT that started to turn out here is so nervous oftentimes that you can't get your coat buttoned up or the zipper squared away. Way too afraid to say a word. Even with audible, their minds tell them to say something, they still can't get anything out. So this year, the cadet that we've chosen follows suit. Very new to the fire service. Luckily has an older brother to help push him along the way, as well as a strong foundation at the fire station. From what I understand, they're day in and day out, and is moving himself up to as much as he possibly can. And we truly saw that occur throughout this entire week. We threw this kid in company one as the captain on the first night. And then I can tell you that I often, when I need one person to get a message across, I'll call out Captain One. It's just easy, right? So he got thrown under the bus, I'll fully admit. But he stepped up and took it on, head on, and certainly moved throughout the week. Dale's done. Early into the planning phase this year, which they began probably in about a month ago. I put down this way. Well, we'll start about a month. We'll review some things, speaking of which, so I don't forget. There will be surveys sent out to cadets and parents. Please, we want as much feedback as we possibly can. There will be a survey on everything. So please provide us as much information. We do go through the our business is to enjoy going through it. So that they will tell us when we're not in front of their face. Regardless of stuff, we certainly appreciate that. So please do. So in the planning phases for this year, January, February time here, we were obviously gathering everyone together, starting to discuss plans for the academy. We couldn't really have any discussion on specifics of the academy, and so we discussed a very important aspect. We needed a way to memorialize Chief Rob Bisek, the treasurer passed away at the end of this previous year. We had to figure out something. We had to get something slated because the staff wasn't willing to move forward until we had something in place. So we thought about it, and quite frankly, it didn't take too much to decide that the leadership board would from now on be given in honor of Chief Bisek. There's been a plaque design that will be hung in the training center, on the walls, and each individual, the board, will have a name engraved on the plaque. Again, it was pretty easy to decide, provide that award in Chief Bisek's name. Chief was definitely a leader in the fire service, but when it comes to the junior academy, when it comes to young individuals and talking about that family concept, it was Chief Bisek. I often tell people when they ask me some thoughts of Chief Bisek, what comes to mind, no brainer. Be consistent, whether we were here for a training, whether we were here for a meeting, which trust me, he was here for a lot of meetings. He would say to me, how's mom? Ask me about my mother, ask me about my wife, seeing how she was doing, making sure she was taken care of. And he would also be the one that when it was 11 o'clock at night, we were still here talking about things from a meeting. It was probably over, and then we were actually fixing the problems. But regardless, he would say, Benny, it's time to get out of here. Get home. Chief Sector was by far that family guy, that guy to remind us that we're part of something much larger than ourselves, and that we must take care of our family first. With that being said, we would like to invite Chief Sector's wife, Farah, up to the stage to help us make this school. The plaque reads, Chief Rob Sector, Franklin County Junior Fire Academy Leadership Award. Chief Sector devoted his entire life to his family, community, and the fire service in Franklin County. His passion is teaching and mentoring new recruits to the fire service and to teach the values that will last a lifetime. He was called a father figure and a leader in the fire service in Franklin County. But all to receive this award carried his passion into the next generation of fire service leaders. With that being said, of course, there was a great deal of discussion amongst the staff on how we would present this award to. As much as we discussed it, talk about the week's events, the individuals that set up here and there. It's pretty evident, especially after last evening, when the cadet class decided we needed to make a pit stop on the way home. We stopped at Chief Sector's grade center. Each cadet had the opportunity to say the words to Rob and to remind them they are carrying his legacy on. I understand that they decided to take the chain links, use them together, and go place them in the frog. That being said, it's pretty obvious who's getting the 2017 Chief Sector Leadership Award. The award is getting dedicated and given to all 42 cadets of the 2017 Franklin County Fire Academy class.
I'm sure Rob was about family and he adopted everybody. And he was about training and about improving volunteerism in the community. He would always ask somebody, "You ready for a class? I'll put you in a class." And then he would help work with them and study with them. And then when they took their test, he would be following up and seeing did they pass, did they fail. He would celebrate with them, or he would encourage them to try again. I want all of you to try again if you don't make it. And when you do make it, follow that and go forward and do more for your community. That's all I have to say.
Mission Chief. The trophy will also be placed in the training center. Obviously, sitting class 2017. Plaque is placed in the training center. Signals they received to all individual names will be on this. People will remember each individual part of the class. At this point, I'm going to change gears a little bit. We've got a video presentation put together that we're going to share with everyone. There is also a thumb drive that's being issued to each cadet. The video is on there, along with what's the cat, where's our photographer, what we got to share, probably thousands of pictures on there. I don't know. There's a ton of pictures on there. So when you see pictures up here, often parents are like, hey, it's on the thumb drive. It's all there for you. So that being said, get everything set up. Cadets are also going to dismiss around so they can somewhat see.
Cadets, rise!
old pictures. There are still probably 1,000 or so pictures that are on either the Franklin County Junior Firefighter Academy Facebook page or the Franklin County Public Safety Training Center Facebook page. You're going to download pictures off there, like, share, whatever you do with Facebook page. Maybe find me because I didn't know all the different things you can do with it. So you're more than welcome to look on there and get photos off that as well. A few other reminders before we close here. There is a class 8 that will be, which is where we go. We'll be out here in the hallway, so please get yourself a piece of paper before leaving. And then cadets, one last order. We need you to come back up to the stage to see Chief Alvin. We have forms to issue for those of you that have not been here before. This is your first year, and we also have your contracts. Copy?
Yes, sir.
And then last but not least, please do not forget to go to the Learning Center for your walls. I think I went out here. But don't forget to go to the Learning Center this year. I'm listening to the staff. I know you guys are not missing anything there. So I'm not we're also looking for fire departments, personnel. We're looking for a few helpers. Wouldn't mind to get guys up to stacking these chairs. Cadets, clearly. Your part of that operation. Bobby? All right, it's customary at the end of a recruit class, or cadet class, to retire the colors. Colors will be passed over to Chief Howell, and the flag will be officially retired and placed in the training center on the wall with the class flag. Listen.
They took our scissors so we didn't have to change the line over.
Chief? Cadet Class 2017, dismissed.